What is up, everybody? Turbo vs. TV today, and we have seen one of the biggest meltdowns of the month. These meltdowns happen like every other day, to be honest. But this is a pretty funny one that happened on Twitter yesterday, actually. And I was like, when you look, Biomutant is actually trending too. So this was the original post that the people who made the Biomutant game put out. They say, hey, due to technical reasons, we had deactivated the native 4K on PS5 for the release version of the game. Biomutant is currently running a native 1080p upscale to 4K on PS5. Now, you click on this, has 171 replies. Now, we click on this, it is a bunch of triggered, butthurt Sony fanboys who are so mad that this game is going to be 1080p upscale to 4K on PS5. And they are. It is funny how they're so against this now, but they were just praising that Returnal game, that buggy game that don't allow you to save, that buggy game that was corrupting save data. They was praising that game like it's their game of the year. It's the greatest game ever made. They had no problem with that game being 1080p upscaled to 4K, but now they have a big problem with this. Like, knock it off. And it was someone who actually posted the stats of this game as well, like the actual features. So apparently on Xbox Series X, this runs at 4K at 60 frames per second. I guess a native 4K. Xbox Series S, it runs at 1440p at 60 frames per second. And for PS5, it runs at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now, if you are actually hyped about this game, if you have a PS5, you're gonna still buy the game. I don't believe that because they announced that it's not native 4K, you're gonna stop buying this game. But there are a lot of people pretending to be fake outraged about this on the Sony side who are just whining and complaining, saying, "How can you do this?" When they were literally just a few weeks ago just praising Returnal. Like, really? You were just praising a Returnal game, which had the same resolution, 1080p upscale to 4K, but now you're super mad about this? Like, knock it off. Nobody believes you. And it was actually harassing the studio, too, that they had to make a second reply. They were so butthurt, they just constantly harassing these developers. And they had to make a reply to it, too. So they said, we are not a triple A, and the studio behind Biomutant consists of only 20 people. Now you can obviously look at Biomutant and tell that this is not a triple A studio just by how the game looks. It isn't like a triple A developed game. It's only 20 people making this game. So you are harassing 20 people over a game that they made. Like, these zealots are completely ridiculous. They have been working very hard on this game for the last years. You don't have to like the final product, but please don't question their skill or dedication to the game. Yeah, because a lot of these random, no-name, these Sony enthusiasts who think they're somehow game developers are missing out. Like these developers are trash. They don't know what they're doing. These people have never, never produced a game in their lives, but they are experts at game development. Like, this is so ridiculous. Like, these Sony guys are just, they are completely losing it. Each and every day there's a meltdown. Each and every day these Sony guys have some type of meltdown. I was like, it was just ridiculous. Like, some of these comments says, that's the lame excuse. I would not buy the game. I don't think you were gonna buy the game anyway, to be honest. And he says they'd rather do this better than have unhappy customers because they don't want to release a game at native 4K and the game is all glitchy and buggy and crap and it's like they don't want to do that. So they says, hey, we're just going to not have the native 4K mode, just have it 1080p 60 upscale. Because they just released a PlayStation exclusive game with that same resolution and stats, and they had no issue with it. But now because they say straight up they're gonna do it, I guess they have a problem with it now. Like, it is just the complete hypocrisy at this point. But the PS5 is capable of running this in native 4K and 60, right? Not with this dev, no. Put it in the hands of first-party Sony studios. Now, this is the thing that was getting me too. So they were blaming the developers for this as well too. They were saying the developers pretty much trash, like saying they have no talent. It's like, really? And these are the same people who say they care about developers and all this stuff. How we should pay an additional $10, but y'all treating these devs like crap though. Like, really? Make up your mind. These are the same people who are like all on board paying $10 extra for their games to support the developers and stuff like that. But in this instance, they're treating developers like crap, saying they don't know what they're doing. The PS5 is capable of handling this. It's like they think they know more than the developers. It's just fascinating. So it is just really interesting how these people flip flop just like that. In a snap of a, in a snap of a, in a drop of a dime, these people flip flop like in any second. So let's read some more of these comments. Uh, can you confirm this is next gen PS5 version, which is therefore limited for now while waiting for an update? And this is the next gen version of the Xbox Series X, since the proposed version is native 4K 60 FPS. Thanks. Neither are native current gen versions, but the PS4 Xbox One version already performs better on current gen due to more powerful hardware. Native version for the current gen are coming, but we can't share any more details yet. Now they are actively trying to like answer these people questions, but some of these people are just a-holes about it. Like they are literally just a-holes about it, like this guy. So Microsoft has cut you guys a check, I see, and they say I wish. Like they are literally trying to do their best with this whole situation, but these Sony guys are complete a-holes. They're saying they're not gonna buy the game. I saw one comment say pre-order canceled. So you're gonna actually tell me, like this guy says, pass. He's gonna pass on it. These people weren't interested in this game to begin with. They're just typing this stuff on Twitter. They weren't gonna buy this game to begin with. I don't believe any of these people are gonna buy this game to begin with. When they were just hyping Returnal, once I keep bringing it up, they were just hyping Returnal like a few weeks ago, and that game has the same resolution. Like, knock it off. Uh, well, I won't be buying that till they update it for PS5. These people who are saying they're not buying it, they weren't going to buy it to begin with. It's like they weren't going to buy it anyway. So yeah, I'm going to buy this game. I wasn't gonna buy it. I'm probably gonna wait. I was probably gonna wait till this game dropped to $40. That's my usual price point for a lot of these games like this. I'm probably gonna buy it full price day one on Xbox Series X, to be honest, because these dudes are being a-holes about this situation. So I'm gonna support this developer. It's like they were being honest about what was going on with this game. So I'm probably gonna buy this game day one on Xbox, on Xbox Series X. Because these guys are just losing it. These meltdowns these people are having are just ridiculous. Uh, let's see. I'll definitely pick this up on Xbox Series X. Great job, everyone. If the PS5 was more powerful, it would be better. Blame Sony, not THQ. Yeah, because Sony's problem with how they did their backwards compatibility with this generation. It's like obviously it wasn't that big of a focus. They just added it like last minute to compete with Microsoft, but Microsoft was like the clear person who actually cared about the previous generation of games that you had on the different systems. So yeah, it's like it is what it is. I don't get why people bring that toxic crap straight to the developers. Shaking my head. I don't agree. I don't agree with that either. Why they bring this toxicity to the developers? The same people who claim that they care about the developers, they'll pay extra $10. They only care about these Sony developers because they are cult members. They are these Sony zealots, these cult members, pretty much. So yeah, I'm glad people are supporting the game. I'm gonna buy it day one. I'm gonna buy it probably day one or two, to be honest. Like I was somewhat interested in the game. I didn't think it was like I wasn't gonna pay full price before, but I'll drop the 60 for it. I was like, I'll drop it the 60 for it. So definitely want to see your thoughts about this down below. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always, thanks for watching and peace.